Hello, viewers, and welcome to the very first episode of Real Real Estate Talks brought to you by Java Rains. And I'm your host for today. My name is Sharon. And if you've not subscribed to our channel, you should do so because we have amazing information coming your way. Today, we'll be diving into a very interesting topic, which is rebellion against wasteful spending. And I come bringing you an amazing guest. And my guest is no other person than the CEO of Java Rains Estate in person of Mr. Rex.
Thank you.
Kindly introduce yourself to the viewers.
My name is Rex, the MD Java. Thank you.
So, what can you say about Java Rains? What's Java Rains?
Java is an emerging company here in the city of Abuja. We pride ourselves in providing solutions in the real estate sector, solutions that has to do with pricing, solutions that has to do with innovation, solutions that has to do with flexibility in terms of payment plans. These are some of the
Interesting.
areas we want to come up with that would help our prospective investors. Yeah.
That's amazing. It's really nice to have you here.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for honoring our invitation. Today, we'll be diving into rebellious against wasteful spendings. We know how December can be. Even the IJGBs come to Nigeria to spend money, not just small money, but huge amounts of money, partying, clubbing, just having fun. And honestly, it's your choice. Fun should not be limited. But what investments have you made? Today, Mr. Rex will be dissecting this topic, talking about a lot of things, and giving us advices we need. So, back to you, Mr. Rex.
Thank you.
My very first question is, as a real estate expert, how can Nigerians rebel against wasteful spending habits during the festive period? And how can they direct it towards smart investment purchases?
First of all, we need to get things right. There's nothing wrong in spending money. There are
Obviously,
three
yeah.
things people do with money: you spend money, you invest money, and you waste money. So I think it will be very offensive for you to say people waste money because some people budget their money. So I think the right thing to do is have a budget
Okay.
and having
Sorry,
a
please, for our viewers, three things: you spend money, you save money, and you invest the money. Open your ears.
Okay, that's it. Yeah. So I think when it comes to investing is having a budget. Okay, like festive seasons like this, a lot of people already have an amount budgeted for spending, and in a category of wasteful spending, someone who has a budget for something to spend and has a budget for investment is not really wasting money. It's about taking care of yourself.
Yes,
So I think when it comes to investment, people should plan to invest. The word is planning to invest. If you don't plan to invest, you can't invest because investment takes a lot of intentionality. Investment is not, we talk about appeal. Investment is not a social appeal. It's not an emotional appeal. It's not something, having an investment is not something that gives you a social appeal in the sense that you don't walk around with your investment.
very
So people
true.
don't know you have an investment.
True.
But this has a lot to do with appealing to your future. So it takes a lot of understanding to know that you have to save tomorrow. So what's my advice would be in in this sense, people should have a budget. Have a budget for investment while you have a budget to spend.
Yeah.
While it is not wrong to spend with family, have a good time, it's a whole long year. You should have
Time to
um,
rewind.
years and all that. But in that sense, have because the only way money multiplies is through investment.
Very
So
true.
while you save for investment, you are actually replenishing that money that was spent. So that's it.
Interesting. So, like you said, make sure you budget your money. Budget your money for spending, for saving, and also for investment.
Yeah.
So, we move on to the next question, which is what advice would you give to people that spent recklessly during the festive period and are even regretting it? And also, what advice would you give to the IJGBs, meaning the I just got back? What advice would you give to them?
Okay, I feel it still stems from my first answer. Um, People who regret their spending. If you have a budget, it kind of constrains you. That's what a budget does. A budget tells you the limit you should go, and that way, I don't think you should have a regret after spending. So I think the whole regret is going outside a jurisdiction of an amount you want to spend or something. Then my advice for people outside is to understand that the Nigerian real estate sector is largely untapped. We have a large housing deficit that gives them a very wild opportunity wide opportunity of investment. They have an advantage of currency. The fact that their currency is hard, converting gives you an advantage to invest here. So my advice is take advantage of the real estate sector. The We have an infant real estate sector in Nigeria. No matter how many real estate companies we still have a gross mass housing deficit. That gives opportunity for them to invest, either invest in project investment or invest as buying properties for themselves. You could resell, you could develop and solve this problem. So you could either position yourself as solving the problem in the sector, or position yourself as gaining by either keeping to resell. So my advice is, why they grind, they should have a budget for investing. Nobody is always going to remain outside. Some people, someday, we all find our way back to our roots. And that gives you an advantage if you have secured your future. So I think my advice is, why don't we secure tomorrow by investing wisely?
Thank you so much, Mr. Rex, for that. Like he said, secure tomorrow by investing wisely. Secure your future by investing wisely.
Yeah,
It's okay to enjoy, it's okay to fudge, it's okay to do whatever you want to do, but make sure your tomorrow, make sure your future is secured.
yeah,
So moving on to the third question, and it is, I hear that Java Rains is introducing something interesting, something new,
yeah.
something like never before, something we've never heard. I don't want to spill it. I want you to tell us what is that thing? What are you introducing to us? Because it is for my own good. It is for your own good. So he who has ears, this fast, open your ears and listen very well.
Okay, like you said, we're introducing something interesting, and it still boils down to the fact that we want to provide solution. Now, the real estate product is a high ticket product, irrespective of the plot size you're selling. It may look very small. It's still a high ticket product. It's not something somebody can just walk up to you and pay for it,
Yes.
because the smallest of the product is still in a millionaire or a couple of millions. So one of the things we come up with is that we want to make it an all-inclusive investing opportunity, in the sense that a civil servant can have the opportunity to own a product.
So it means if I earn 100,000 naira monthly, I can
If you
invest.
earn 100,000 naira a monthly, you can invest by budgeting.
Okay.
Now, it may not capture someone who has 100,000 naira a month, but it can be an opportunity for that person, in the sense that, like I said, the person can stretch down a budget and say, okay, let me save this to this amount of time, then I can start investing. Okay, some of the things we are coming up with is that we have people who don't earn in volumes monthly, and we have people who earn in volumes either monthly or as business wise and all that. So one of the things we came up with is that we have 3 months plan, and we have 6 months plan, and we came up with an additional 10 months plan that
Wow.
gives anybody an opportunity to stretch a payment for 10 months. In that way, you're paying bits of a lump sum. You're not feeling it. It's flexible and it's comfortable. So it takes
Wow.
away that strain of me wanting to invest, but the mountain of, this is actually too big for me. So we're trying to make it a molehill that is surmountable.
Okay, quick question. What if I have the 250,000 naira and I want to invest it, but I don't know how to save it because I might spend it? How can I put it into your company, or how can I save it? Because I don't want to put it in the bank. I don't want to
Mm.
save it. I don't want to do Ajo, Adashi or some. I just want to save it, but I want to save it with Java Rains. How is that going to be possible?
Okay, and okay, I think it still boils down to part of our mission in the real estate sector is to provide tailor-made solutions, in the sense that we understand that every customer is unique.
Wow.
So in those, there are scenarios where we work out a plan for people specifically. So if it's someone who has a 250K and he doesn't want to recklessly spend it, or he doesn't want to keep it in the bank, he wants to have it in an investment hub like a company like ours, we are welcome. We could put that in for you. We could work with you and guide you into a very flexible plan that at the end of the day leaves you with your allocation later.
Interesting. Like I said earlier, they offer a lot of services like property management, property
Yeah.
consultation, property investment, even real estate agents, anything you want. They are your sure guides, so hold them very tight. So we're moving on to the very, very last questions. I honestly don't want him to go, but he has to go. So he'll answer the last question. And the last question is, as a real estate expert, what is your last line to investors, novice, and even people that have no knowledge about real estate investment or investment in general?
I think my last line is going to stem from the place of benefits. When you know well, you do well.
Wow.
I think that's what really matters when it comes to real estate. People don't really know the dividend of investment. People know to do business, people know to put money in banks. For someone who has traded stocks and bonds, I would tell you for a shorty that real estate is the only platform that guarantees you very low risks when you are investing in a very sure place and gives you a wide range of returns. Now, when you invest in bonds and all that, I think recently the best they can give you is 16% yearly. But a real estate product is a product that can give you 100% return on investment
Yes.
in 1 year if you decide to resell. So that's how interesting it is. So I think people don't know the benefits, or people don't know what they tend to get by investing. It secures you tomorrow. It secures not just you, but your future. And your future is your seed. I'm going to give an instance. A church recently, maybe I don't know if I should withhold the name, a church acquired a property for 4.5 billion. And when they went through the document, they discovered that the man who bought the property bought it for 250,000.
What?
That is an insane amount. You can't correlate. You can't
You can't phantom
you
it.
can't find that's real estate for you. You see, and nowhere is far as long as real estate is concerned. The city you are in today was once a bush. So
Very
when it
true.
comes to there are myths in real estate that people should take away from their minds. The money is too much, the place is too far, it's not developed. No, not true. With the growing expansion in population, city is expanding, places are expanding. What's my advice would be is one of the things we offer is property consulting, giving people expert advice as to navigations to where the city is going, how to invest, when to invest. And when to invest, there's no other time like now. So, what's my best advice? My best advice for anyone out there is that now is actually the time to invest. Now is the time to invest. Today is the time to invest. Tomorrow is too late. So the best thing is the benefit is rewarding. Real estate is far more rewarding than you can think. And real estate is one of the many or one of the few that multiplies income.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rex.
Thank you.
Like he said, today is the perfect time to invest. Tomorrow is very late. This place was once a bush, but now it is a germ. So today is the very best time to invest. And I hope you all have listened to what he has to say. Make sure you take all of these to heart, not just to heart. They said, "He who has ears, he should hear."
Yeah.
And make sure you make that smart investment move, not just making that investment move, but make sure you are investing with Java Real Estate.
So if I would say in conclusion, when is the best time for anyone to invest? Is now. Yesterday is already gone. There's no need to regret about those properties that were at your fingertip that we once snapped away from. Now is actually the best time to invest. Tomorrow is too late. Tomorrow may be more expensive. Today is actually your best time to invest. And why not? You could call us anytime. We could guide you into property investment, give you expert advice as to how to navigate the vast world of real estate. So thank you.
Thank you for honoring our invitation
Thank
and
you.
thank you for everything you dished out to us. He didn't hold back. He gave you all everything you needed to hear, everything you needed to know about smart investment moves. So he who has ears should hear and take it into action. Just as Mr. Rex said, today is the perfect and the right time to invest. Tomorrow might be too late, tomorrow might be too expensive for you to afford. So grab onto this opportunity today and make sure Java Real Estate is your surest lock because at Java Real Estate, it is a no scam zone. Until next time, see you on our next episode. Make sure you like, you subscribe, you comment, and you share.